It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yes, Satan has many devices, many ways in which he will try to attack you. You know, we all have spiritual blind spots, and part of examining ourselves is recognizing where these spiritual blind spots are. And unfortunately, it pertains to matters of the heart. For those who we feel close to, these are the ones that can hurt us the most. And doesn't mean that you have malice or anger towards these people, but you must always examine the situation and put things in the right perspective. You must not just hear but listen, not just look but see, and not just see or hear what we want to see and hear, but perceiving things from spiritual lenses, understanding what's taking place and why. It's the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God the power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right? So we are in a spiritual battle, and we are in a spiritual war, whether we recognize it or not. And there are entities who are being used by spiritual demon Satan in order to test us, to get us off track. But once we really understand what's taking place, we do not get mad at these entities, because we understand that these entities actually work for us, right? Whether they realize it or not. And they are here to make us sharper. So we do not marvel or get upset at these entities. We just enjoy the process and become stronger as we learn how to maneuver. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Give no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of God, in much patience and afflictions and necessities and distresses. Right? There are distresses in the flesh that we go through. And this is a part of the journey. But these distresses cause us to lean on our power more and more. By the word of truth, this is verse 7, by the power of God, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left. Right, you see? So we are being tried, right? When you read the book of Job, it talks about Satan going to the Lord and asking for permission to try Job. And to see how Job was going to respond to various situations that he was put in. And that's exactly what is happening with us. We are being put in a variety of situations in order to test our fidelity and integrity, right? And our reasoning and our judgment, right? Are we looking at things through carnal lenses or spiritual lenses? This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Right. So this is why cleaving unto the Lord is so important. And we must understand the benefits, right, of staying in the word, of being circumspect. The Lord is giving us wisdom of how to maneuver, right? As we, says wisdom is the principal thing, and all that get understanding. So, this is what we need to do. And, it's not what we know, it's what we apply. A lot of times we throw out knowledge, right, when we are in the presence of others, or we stop looking at things from spiritual lenses, or we allow ourselves to be taken out of character. We allow our liberty to make us foolish, right? The scripture says, do not use your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness, right? We want to express ourselves in our natural state, kind of relax, let your hair down, so to speak. But Satan doesn't relax. And in your liberty, that's when he's going to attack you the most. It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushai. Right. So we are understanding what we are called into, and the temptations. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? There are temptations all over, and seen and unseen. And this is why discipline, this is why cleansing, this is why staying circumspect will allow you to stay 2 steps ahead of the game, so to speak. It's the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand it of thee, and answer thou me. Right. So the Lord wants us to become better men, right? As we follow him, he is the supreme alpha male. And that's what he demands, alpha energy. Alpha energy is the energy of the spiritual world, and understanding what is taking place and moving accordingly, right? Not being moved by emotions, just knowing the time and seasons, right? Sirach 3:1 talks about having our senses exercised, right? A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. We must know when to do which, and not be not shy away